Just yesterday, I made a video on the best repeatable rune farms, however I failed to rank them. It's honestly not that important, since for the most part it's just my personal opinion. However, I wanted to rank them, and so I will. This will be a short video since I'm only ranking them, and not actually telling you how to do them. I'll link the video I made yesterday in the description. Let's hope I remember. Now I might list some pros and cons to these farms as I rank them. It all depends on if there's anything to list. So, before I start, I should mention, all of this is in New Game Plus, not too important. I'll be ranking these in order of worst to best. The first one is the AFK Rune Farm at the Wardead Catacombs, which is at the most northeastern part of Radahn's boss arena. I'm sure most people don't even remember this one, but back when the game first came out, this was quite popular. All you have to do is find a spot to stay hidden in the main room of the dungeon and let the enemies kill themselves. This is the worst one because there's a chance the enemies will still find and kill you, or maybe you'll accidentally get hit by an AoE attack. And I spent 20 minutes hiding, and I got a grand total of 20,000 runes on New Game Plus. Because none of the enemies were actually dying despite getting hit and having no health. When I moved to the bottom of the stairs is when they actually started dying, but the chance of being hit or discovered down here is vastly higher. Now the next one is one most of you already know. The Bird Farm. This one, all you need to do is make your way to Mogwyn Dynasty, either via Varré's quest or the portal in the consecrated snowfields. All you need to do is shoot an arrow or throw a rock at the bird walking. The reason this is low on the list is because I find it more annoying to do, since you constantly have to rest and shoot the arrow. It just gets too repetitive. However, it's still a great way to get runes early on, since in normal new game it gives you 10,000 runes each time, which is about 60 to 70,000 once you get used to doing it. Now this one is in the shadow of the Erdtree DLC at the Rao Ancient Ruins east site of Grace. This one is much less annoying to do than shooting the bird. All you need to do is walk to the edge of the cliff, aggro the golem, then hide behind the pillar. Each run takes 25 to 30 seconds. However, since the furnace golem often fails to actually kill the enemies, it's not higher on the list. The next one here is one I had trouble placing because it takes a bit too long for the amount of runes you get. However, it has one big bonus to it. That bonus is that it can also kill Mog, the Lord of Blood. This is just a falling rune farm glitch. It used to be possible with Torrent, however just before the DLC came out, all of these were purged from the game. This one, however, survived. All you need is a seal and the heal miracle. The reason this is so high in the list is simply because Mog can die. This gives you a few 100,000 runes, and grants access to the DLC if Radahn is already dead. I'll link the Mog cheese in the description of the video, along with how to do these rune farms. Let's hope I remember. The next one is also in the DLC. It's the Hinterland Relic Sword Farm. I'm not sure if many people know about this one, but all you need to do is have the Relic Sword and the Hinterland Bridge site of Grace. To do this, you just need to waddle down the hill and use the wave of gold weapon art on all of the annoying ass lizard enemies that are sleeping. The main problem with this one is that it's actually worse than the Palace Approach Relic Sword Farm. Speaking of, the best rune farm is the Palace Approach Relic Sword Farm. Not too surprising, honestly. I'm sure everyone and their mother knows about this one. All you need to do is grab your sacred relic sword and use the wave of gold weapon art to wipe out all of the enemies. The problem with this one and the last one is that it requires you to have already beaten the main game in order to do it, which isn't that big of a problem, since it's not like this game is lacking in other rune farms to use until you actually beat the game. But this one is undoubtedly the most efficient, and the one that give you the most runes in the end. And, well, that's the end of the list. I know that there's other rune farms out there, but honestly, I feel like they weren't even worth putting into the video. So, I hope you found this helpful, and if you've watched until this point, then thanks for sticking around. Also, if you did happen to find this video helpful, or maybe even enjoyable, then please consider giving this video a like and subscribing. It would really help out the channel and mean a lot to me. Until next time.